Hello everyone, it's Joy Holden here, ready to read to you poetry. Now the poems I've chosen today are from a beautiful little book called My First Book of Poems, illustrated by Margaret Tarrant. And you can't see these because I've got the book in my hand, but the illustrations are absolutely beautiful. And I found this in an old bookshop and read all the poems in one sitting. Just little nursery rhymes they are. So I'm hoping it reminds you of when you were a child and that you enjoy them for what they are. I also read a quote recently made by C.S. Lewis. Now C.S. Lewis, as you probably know, wrote the series The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, the Narnia stories. And he said, "Maybe we will all be old enough one day to enjoy nursery rhymes and fairy stories again." And that struck a chord with me. So I'm not making any apologies for reading these rhymes, nursery rhymes. I really hope you enjoy them. Now the first one is called The Land of the Counterpane by Robert Louis Stevenson. And I asked a young man today, did he know what a counterpane was? And he didn't, because he's too young. And then I asked him, did he know what an eiderdown was? And he didn't, because he's too young. But he knew what a duvet was. So this poem, The Land of the Counterpane, is like a big quilt over your bed. So here's the poem. When I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head, and all my toys beside me lay to keep me happy all the day. And sometimes, for an hour or so, I watched my leaden soldiers go, with different uniforms and drills, among the bedclothes through the hills, and sometimes sent my ships in fleets all up and down among the sheets, or brought my trees and houses out, and planted cities all about. I was the giant, great and still, that sits upon the pillow hill, and sees before him dale and plain, the pleasant land of Counterpane. Lovely poem by Robert Louis Stevenson. And the young man who didn't know what a counterpane was is Mike, our recorder and technician from Envision. But he knows now. So I'm moving on to another poem called Child's Song in Spring. And we're in spring and it's beautiful, isn't it? With the cherry blossoms and the bulb plants, the crocuses, the bluebells, the daffodils. So this one is by F. Nesbitt. The silver birch is a dainty lady. She wears a satin gown. The elm tree makes the old churchyard shady. He will not live in town. The English oak is a sturdy fellow. He gets his green coat late. The willow is smart in a suit of yellow, while the brown beech trees wait. Such a gay green gown God gives the larches, as green as he is good. The hazels hold up their arms for arches when spring rides through the wood. The chestnut's proud and the lilac's pretty, the poplar's gentle and tall, but the plane tree is kind to the poor dull city, and I love him best of all. I noticed when I was walking into town the other day, I cut through St Anne's Church graveyard, and it was just a riot of colour, forget-me-nots and bluebells, and you could see that spring, had really arrived. It was a beautiful sight. Bubble Blowing by William Canton. Our plot is small, but sunny limes shut out all cares and troubles, and there my little girl at times and I sit blowing bubbles. They glide, they dart, they soar, they break. Oh, joyous little daughter, what lovely coloured whirls we make, what crystal flowers of water. One green and rosy slowly drops, one soars and shines a minute, and carries to the lime tree tops our home reflected in it. To her enchanted with the gleam, the glamour and the glory, the bubble's home is a home of dream, and I must tell its story. And how much delight do children have and the parents have delight too watching them. Just the simple act of blowing bubbles. And I remember my dad used to make his own with a bit of fairy liquid in a little jar, so it was the cheap way to refill the existing bubble pot. And now another poem, a strange title. It's to do with sleep, and it's by Eugenie Field. Winken, blinken and nod. Winken, blinken and nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. Where are you going, and what do you wish? The old man asked the three. We have come to fish for the herring fish that live in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we, said Winken, blinken and nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe, and the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the waves of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in the beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never afeard are we. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, Winken, blinken and nod. All night long their nets they threw for the fish in the twinkling foam. Then down from the sky came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so pretty a sail, it seemed, as if it could not be. And some folk thought 'twas a dream they'd dreamed of sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you the fishermen three, Winken, blinken and nod. Winken and blinken are two little eyes, and nod is a little head. And the wooden shoe that sail the skies is a wee one's trundle bed. So shut your eyes while mother sings of wonderful sights that be, and you shall see the beautiful things as you rock in the misty sea. Where the old shoe rocked the fishermen three, Winken, blinken and nod. I hope you've enjoyed the nursery rhymes today, and I look forward to reading you more another time. From me, Joy Holden, thanks for listening. Goodbye.